Hi, I'm Ronnie Mervis with Mervis Diamond Importers, and I'm back to talk to you about the next C, which is color. Color is very important. Let me first tell you what I'm not going to talk about when we talk about color. I'm not going to talk about the exotic colors. There are many exotic colors which have become very popular. People talk about pink diamonds, purple diamonds, black diamonds, blue diamonds, red diamonds. That isn't what falls into the general conversation about color. What we're talking about here in terms of color is color on a scale from zero color to very slight yellow. Most diamonds are in the slight yellow range. The best ones exhibit none of that at all. The ideal, what we're looking for mostly, is a colorless diamond, a diamond that shows no color at all, one that faces up absolutely like water or like ice. That is what we call a colorless diamond. And as we tend to go into color, the diamond draws more and more yellow, very slight yellow, until at the opposite end of the scale, on a white to yellow scale, you get a little bit of yellowness showing in, and the stronger it gets, the more obvious it gets, and then we talk about a yellow diamond. If it becomes deeply yellow, then it has a value as well as a fancy, intense, deep yellow. But for the middle range of diamonds, for most of the diamonds which are sold, most of the engagement ring diamonds, they go from no color to a little bit of body color, but not so much that you can see it. The differences are microscopic. The GIA, which is the Gemological Institute of America, is the standard for grading of diamonds in the United States. They're not the only major lab, there are a couple of other very important ones, but the GIA set up the color grading scale, and it starts at D. D, E, and F show no color at all, and it's what we call colorless. Each one has a little bit less color than the next, but they're all essentially colorless. At the color F, the scale turns ever so slightly, but nothing that you will see, and we will go into the next four colors, which are G, H, I, and J. Those are termed near colorless. In a laboratory setting, against master stones, with a master grader looking at them under the most perfect of conditions, he or she will see that each one is getting progressively more yellow than the last one. But to the average eye, nobody will see whether an H or an I has got any color or not. At J, we go into faint yellow. Just as we turn the corner into K, one begins to see a slight little bit of color. Just the slightest hint. And again, even though I'm saying yellow, that is a hint of yellow, and it's only if you compare a J color diamond or a K color diamond against, say, a D. Under strict comparison, one might begin to see the first hint of color. But on the ring and on the finger, you won't see it. From N onwards, the yellow becomes more and more obvious, going all the way down to Z, where it starts becoming quite apparent. And here, you get into the yellow range. We like to tell clients, if you really want to go over the top and get the best, go colorless. If you want good value and not spend that kind of money, if you're somewhere square in the near colorless range, G to J, you're doing just fine. And if you want to drop it a little and go into the faint yellow, that's also good. On this pyramid, the lower in color, the more there are, the more plentifully they occur, the less you will pay. At the top, it's the exact opposite. They are very rare. So when you pay more for a D than you pay for, in this case, something in the lower rung, T, you're paying more because it's more rare. It is not normally better, it just occurs more frequently. If the average ratio of tons of rock mined to carats of diamonds produced is about 20 tons of rock to 1 carat, and for that you'll get an average stone out. If you then say, well, I don't want an average stone, I want one much higher than the average, then how many more tons of rock does one have to mine? The 20 tons might go to 40 tons or 50 tons or even more than that. There is a huge cost of mining, tremendous cost of exploration, and that's why one pays more for rarity. So rarity is a big part of it. There are two factors. Rarity affects the value, and of course the color. Again, the most desirable being the least color, being a D, an E, or an F, but by the same token, they cost more. So there is the word on color. Don't go away, because in the next clip, we're going to talk about the fourth C, which is carat weight, and that relates to size.